This is FIVEAA News, always Adelaide.
A shower or two and 23. With the 3 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. A driver's been arrested after a fatal crash at Sandilands on the York Peninsula last Friday. A car and truck collided, killing a 3-year-old girl in the car. The 31-year-old woman driving was airlifted to hospital with serious injuries. She's now been charged with causing death by dangerous driving and will front court next month. Liberal MPs are urging their colleagues to argue with each other over energy policy and not in the public domain. Susan Lee's leadership is again under pressure as some colleagues openly question her judgment calls. Liberal MPs and senators will meet in Canberra next week to discuss the contentious net zero emissions policy. A key supporter of Miss Lee, Alex Hawke, says it's important there's a unified voice after the meeting.
I would say to all colleagues, we've got to get together next week, have the argument with each other, and look, there's no problem with argument over policy. We've got to have it and we've got to sort it out and go to the public with one view. That's what we're going to do.
New South Wales police have busted one of the biggest alleged fraud syndicates the state has ever seen. A NAB employee is accused of being the bookkeeper in a $200 million fraud scheme. NAB's head of investigations, Chris Sheehan, says the company's looking into the incident.
The best word I can put around this is that we're disgusted with the behaviour of our former colleague who was arrested by the police yesterday. What we know at this point is that this colleague and unfortunately others have been cooperating and assisting in organised crime.
Tesla shareholders have approved a record-breaking pay packet for its boss, Elon Musk, which could be worth nearly $1 trillion. It would be the largest pay packet in corporate history if he achieves the goals necessary to receive it. The deal requires Mr. Musk, who's already the world's richest man, to drastically raise the firm's market value over a period of years. At the company's AGM, he's thanked those who voted for the pay packet.
I super appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And what we're about to embark upon is not merely a new chapter of the future of Tesla, but a whole new book. Other shareholder meetings are like snooze fests, but ours are bangers. I mean, look at this. This is sick.
SA's beloved Christmas pageant's back tomorrow. 300,000 people are expected to attend the colourful parade through the city. Pageant director Brian Gilbertson says it's loved by people of all ages.
Very special day. Lots of people doing it hard, and this is a free event where there's no competition for buying an ice cream or this or getting a balloon or whatever. It's all about just coming and enjoying the atmosphere of the day. And there's just so many wonderful things. It's hard to not love it.
And super fans are lined up outside the gates of Sydney's Olympic Park ahead of the Oasis concert. Casey flew in from Honolulu last night and has been lining up to get a front row seat for his wife.
You know, if my wife was here, she's a little bit short, so we're trying to get as close to the stage as possible so she can see.
Turning to FIVEAA sport, and Oscar Piastri has issued a warning to rivals ahead of the weekend's Brazilian Formula One Grand Prix.
For me, I know that I've still got what it takes to win the championship, and yeah, there's been some bumps along the road, but there's been bumps along the road for everyone this year.
The Australian has given up a 34-point World Championship lead to trail McLaren teammate Lando Norris by a point with 4 races to go. Australia's best male golfers are back home ahead of the nation's 2 flagship tournaments. Adam Scott, Cameron Smith, Jason Day and Mark Leishman are among the Aussies who'll contest the PGA Championship and the Australian Open. Minwoo Lee says they love being home.
Back home, playing in front of the fans and, the home crowd. So I'm very excited and, it's in a few weeks and, it's coming up pretty quick.
And the Red Army will be out in force tonight. Adelaide United take on the Wanderers at Hindmarsh. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon at Hampstead Gardens. Urgent electrical works on North East Road near Swan Avenue. Busy already tonight. Prospect for works. Regency Road near William Street. Sluggish at Flinders Park. Holbrooks Road near Grange Road. And busy too. Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North. Always is this time of the afternoon. Cameras, Chief Street, Brompton and Grey Terrace, Rosewater. Are you moving house soon? Origin can make a hard job a little easier by helping you move your electricity, natural gas and internet in one easy call. Origin. All kinds of useful. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
To the weather, a shower or 2 and 23. Cloudy tomorrow, 18. Cloudy on Sunday, 19. And a shower or 2 for Monday, also 19. At the moment, 21. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, 37 years with no answers. A fresh search in the Mount Gambier murder mystery. It's safe to get back in the water. New advice on SA's algal bloom. New details emerge about the explosive cargo plane crash in Kentucky. Plus the collectible coin heist, foiled by a semaphore baker with a rolling pin. 9 years. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 now.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowie and Timmy G.
Ben Rutten, he is now the GM of football at Port Adelaide. We've got the senior coach at Port Adelaide, Josh Carr, on the line. G'day, Carrie.
Thanks for having me.
Are you two ready for the puns that are coming about trucks and cars and, getting run over and run out of petrol and all that?
The 5AA Sports Show.
I'm Danny DeVito and he's Arnold Schwarzenegger and, twins.
Weekdays from 4 p.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
I'm Brett Buckley from Ray White Business Sales. Our experience with 5AA right from the beginning was that we had ideas on what we wanted to do. They understand the medium better than us. They sat down with us. We worked out not just the type of advertisement we would put, but the wording of the advertisements we would put forward. The collaboration that we had with 5AA and the team was fantastic. The other thing we noticed about 5AA is because it is a talkback radio station, people are listening and they're listening all the time. So when our advertisement comes on, their ears are still pricked and they're still listening to it.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
Adelaide, you have shown some serious love for Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores. For 5 years now, you've helped Barnesy and his team grow into Adelaide's biggest Weber and Yeti dealer. And to say thanks, they're throwing one of their biggest parties ever. This weekend at Jeps Cross and Mireland, both stores will be buzzing. There'll be great food, drinks, live demos, giveaways and massive store-wide specials. And for the first time ever, 15% off Weber queues. That is huge. And they last a long time. And if you've been waiting to upgrade, this is the moment. Don't hold out for Black Friday. Head in this weekend as they are honouring the specials now only at Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores, Jeps Cross and Mireland, and prepare to get lit.
Still thinking about a sea change? Think Oakford Homes in Counter Bay. New stage released and selling fast. A variety of block sizes available in a friendly community with brand new low maintenance homes plus the beach close by. Affordable packages, no surprises. Move in now or invest for the future. Fixed price turnkey packages, flat land ready to build. Don't miss out. New stage now released. Visit our display village at Encounter Bay. Oakford Homes, a statement of quality. oakfordhomes.com.au.
And yeah, I was on the streets for the best part of 9 years. It's severe on the streets. It's hard to fathom what you experience out there. I eventually engaged in the Hutt Street Centre. It was welcoming to me. It was non-judgmental. It was quite open-armed and consoling. I have been off the streets now for a whole year. Genuinely, the Hutt Street Centre is the birthplace of change for the better.
Sponsor a seat at Hutt Street Centre's Christmas table and give a glimmer of home to someone doing it tough. Donate at huttstreet.org/Christmas.
This is November. And bang! It's the 2025 NAB AFLW Finals Series. Magnificent!
This time, stargazers at Season 1 become real stars at Season 10.
As this young star continues.
This feeling.
Brilliant tackle.
This fire.
And this game's got a bit of everything right now.
These finals
belong to all of us.
Be there to live it.
From the top shelf.
This is November.
See you at the W Finals.
Get tickets now at women's.afl.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
Yes, it is 10 minutes past 3, 8223 0000. If you'd like to be a part of the program, you can ask any questions. You can just chat about whatever you would like. Rowie and Timmy G are in after 4 o'clock with the sports show. And if you'd like to tune in to our Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube, because our next guests love the live stream. But it is that time again.
Welcome to Foodie Friday with Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen. Thanks to Smeg and Parafield Airport Liquor.
Now, normally it is Foodie Friday And we have beautiful something sizzling thanks to Chris Jarmer from Jarmer's Kitchen in the kitchen. But unfortunately, he's on the sick list. So we've called in the next best thing, of course. Sam Cafone from Powers. Hello, Sam. Thank you so much for coming in.
Hi, Angie.
I appreciate it.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for coming in. And we'll chat wines. And obviously, we've got a special for 5AA listeners, but we've got a special guest, Shane Harris from K1 Wines. Hello, Shane. Thanks for coming in.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Now, should we start with your story? And what is the background of K1 Wines? Is it fairly new? Been going
actually,
for a few
next
year's?
year's our 40th anniversary of the
so it's
vineyard
not
being
that new.
planted. So
Wow.
we're a small family winery in the Adelaide Hills, so K for Kaipo, and the number one because it's the first commercial vineyard that was planted in that area.
Right.
So we're owned by Jeff Hardy, so we've got 5 generations of grape growing experience out in the vineyard, and I've been working with Jeff since 2006, so coming up to 20 years or 21st vintage next year.
So what about your career, Shane? How did you start in the wine industry and when?
Well, talking about chefs, I am a chef by trade, so I call it reform.
Oh, that's handy. Should have got you to cook today.
But, yeah, definitely a chef by trade back in the day, and just worked in some modern bistros around Brisbane, and had a lot of wine come in. We had a lot of wine reps visit and try and wine and dine people over lunch and dinner, and they'd always send a glass of wine into the kitchen. And from there, I grew up in cane country in Bundaberg in Queensland, so rum, not a lot of wine around, and just latched on to the allure of wine and the process of making it, and basically just decided that someone has to make it. Why not get involved in that level?
Yeah.
And stepped out of the kitchen in 2001, study by distance, and by luck having it, chasing different varieties down to South Australia. The idea was to come down for 1 or 2 vintages and return back closer to Queensland, but we just absolutely love it down here, and well settled in the Adelaide Hills, and just happened to work with Jeff since 2006 in the Vale and up into the hills.
We're sorry about the weather. Yes, obviously you've left from the nice warmish weather, but we have got an excellent wine industry here, haven't we?
Absolutely, and not just level in Australia, but world level wines. And this is our really catch call at the moment is, wine industry is struggling a little bit, and as a lot of industries are at the moment, and our catch call really needs to be that at every opportunity, drink Australian. Same with eating Australian when we go into the grocery store. Small family-owned businesses are what crying out for support at the moment, as we all are. But we've been doing what we've been doing now for quite a few years in the hills. We've got the experience. We've got the Sauvignon Blanc we're going to taste today is actually the oldest Sauvignon Blanc vines in the Adelaide Hills. Planted in 86, which doesn't sound like it's long ago, but it's certainly, when you think of where Sauv Blanc sits in our industry today, that's quite a significant variety. So the Adelaide Hills is great. We've got multifacets. We're a very long region. It's almost to Barossa and goes past McLaren Vale and swings out towards Langhorne Creek. So it's an incredibly long region, but that also means there's little niches of really interesting earth and really interesting topography through there, so that we can get different types of light from different directions. The soil changes, the breeze changes, the amount of humidity changes along that ridge significantly. And half of the point of Kaipo is that it is quite high rainfall. We normally get about 800 plus mil of rain a year, so we've got good natural rainfall.
Yeah.
But we're also between 2 bodies of water. So we've got the Gulf of St Vincent is only really 18.23 kilometres away to the west, but we've also got Lake Alexandrina on the other side of the ridge, which is only 22 kilometres the other side. So we get really nice afternoon humidity and breezes up on top of a hill, and that allows us to get really nice long hanging time on the fruit on the vine to ripen nicely with good natural acidity and fruit coming in great condition.
So with that, Shane, the Bureau said a little while ago we're going to have a wetter than usual spring, summer, and obviously the last couple of weeks has shown that. So how do you adjust to that, or are you just put your hand up and say, all right,
We're farmers like all the other farmers out there.
Yeah.
But, my lawn's also saying it's enjoying the grass because their growth at the moment is literally 2 days you turn around and you need to mow the lawn again. So at this time of year, we're in a growth phase and the vines are putting canopy on. It's really no big threat at the moment because the humidity is there, but the temperature has also been low. If we had higher temperature and humidity, then we're looking at potential issues. So
we got disease or
but at the moment we haven't even flowered, so we're all good, and it's keeping everything nice and happy at the moment. And the growth is actually looking really good in the vineyards.
So with that, so you've come from restaurants and bistros to wine. My guess, I was going to say that wine is probably much less stressful, but it's a different type of stress, isn't it?
It's a different stress, but I think chefs are trained. I think it's one of the benefits of having been in a kitchen. You'd learn to how put things in compartments and get on with the job. Unlike, so chefs unrelenting. It's 12 months of the year.
Yeah.
I don't understand cooking shows and everyone thinks they wants to be a chef. It's a very stressful environment. But if you burn a steak, you can cook another steak.
Yeah.
If you cook a batch of Shiraz, the boss gets a bit upset.
Yeah.
So it's a different stress, but it's attention to detail. And chefs by training are very attention to detail orientated people. So that, along with flavour and being aware of flavour profiles and working with different things, it's a good training base to have. But really 3 months of the year, we're absolutely flat stick with vintage. The rest of the year normally has a hum and a vibe, and different times of year we're bottling or blending or racking barrels. But if you don't love it, you wouldn't do it. But when you love it and you're in it, there's nothing else that you really want to do.
So if there is a sort of bad batch for whatever reason, whether it's weather or whether it's producing it incorrectly, so you can't save it, you can't throw it back in and add a bit of vinegar or something?
There's always never say never. And that's why being a small family-owned vineyard, we can ebb and flow.
Yeah.
So if a red we're in Adelaide Hills, we're a cool region. If we know things aren't going to get ripe early enough, then rosé becomes an option for grapes.
Okay.
There's other options. You can change in a year, like last year when we had really good hang time, then all of a sudden dessert wines are in vogue. Or we do a botrytised Riesling as well, so we want a bit of humidity at the end of vintage to actually encourage that botrytis to come out. So botrytis isn't always a negative disease. It can sometimes be a positive attribute on a wine. But just being nimble on your toes, styles can change. We're not making things to a recipe. We're live, involved and actively in the business and assessing these threats as they come along. And if we need to move, we move.
Yeah. We have Sam Cafone from Powers and Shane Harris from K1 Wines. This is Foodie Friday. We're doing it without Chris Jarma today, thanks to Smeg and Powers. If you're building, renovating, your first choice should be visiting the Smeg showroom at Debney Distributors. Taste the difference with Smeg and Powers, the home of all Australian great wines. Now, Sam, you at Powers Liquor have got a massive choice of wines. So how do you decide what wineries to support? Is it purely by taste or is it a mixture of everything, and why are you supporting K1 Wines?
Yeah, it starts with taste. So, someone like Shane would come into the store and show his wines to us, and we would taste through each product wine by wine and make decisions on whether we believe in the product, whether we believe in the guy making the product, which we do.
Yeah.
Everything that we're seeing today, I mean, the beauty of these wines is they have a simplistic flavour profile. They taste like the grape that they've used.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the most important bit. They're not trying to make something out of something that's bad. They're choosing the best grape varietals, and they're producing some wonderful wines.
Yep, great. Well, we might take a quick break, and then we will go through the wines. But how do you convert someone who's not a wine drinker? Like I'm more sort of a sweet person, and for me, wine is just quite bitter. But there are some sweetish wines out there, aren't there?
Yeah, there's certainly some sweet wines out there. I mean, I would say you would start with things like Moscato as a sweet varietal, and you can work your way drier over time. You can't just jump into something if you don't like Chardonnay or Riesling. You're going to say, oh my God, I can't drink it. But if you start off slowly we can work you into wines that are sort of off dry rather than being really sweet, and then move your palate to a drier style.
Okay. Do you
the other thing I'd say there, it's really important to acknowledge that everyone's flavour and perception of flavour is different.
Yes.
But every person, then your perception of flavour changes over time. So just because, and then you've got the fashion of the wine industry, because we are part of the fashion and what's popular at the moment.
Yes.
Even the style of wine, we still get people asking, is a Riesling sweet? I mean, Rieslings haven't been categorically sweet in Australia since the 80s and even early 80s. Right. But it's a perception that I don't like sweet wine, I don't like Riesling. And even if you have tasted a variety before and you think you don't like it, particularly when something's open and on a table, is the time to taste, and just open your mind to, okay, I'll try it again, because these styles are evolving all the time. There's sweetness, and then there's the perception of sweetness as well.
Yeah,
so alcohol does play into a perception of sweetness. There's tricks, winemaking techniques that we can use to bring things into light and push them back into the shadows a little bit. Bitterness isn't appealing to most people anyway, but we're trying to make well-rounded products. Yeah. But maybe start with a spritz, blend the wine with something else, and just lighten it. It doesn't have to be sweet. It might just be that you find the acidity too much.
Yeah.
In red wine, it could be the tannins are too much. So sometimes using a spritz or a cocktail, I've come up with a cocktail last year using Sauvignon Blanc, which is quite refreshing and delightful. But there's always, never say never, basically, is my catchphrase. And sometimes the mood, the ambience and the event, particularly with a glass of bubbles at the races, this time of year can be just the mood that changes, and sometimes those off-dry sparklings are a good spot to start with.
And you just got to keep trying. Keep trying. The more you try, the more you'll learn, and the more you learn, the more you'll like things.
Well, as long as I don't turn into an alcoholic, we'll be fine, won't we? I can try something. We'll head to the break. We've got Sam Cafone from Powers, Shane Harris from K1 Wines, and Sam, you've got some excellent specials for 5AA listeners for this weekend. So we'll come back and we'll go through them.
It's the final days of our model year run out at Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens, and it's time to clear the lot. Get up to $5,000 off selected new and used models, plus caravans and camper trailers from just $46,990. Top brands like Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal, Andrea and Hitchhiker, ready now. Sale ends November 29, only while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens today.
Looking for your perfect home? At Rossdale Homes, we can make it happen. Explore our huge range of house and land packages today at rossdalehomes.com.au. With a variety of designs, locations and prices to suit every budget, your new home is just a click away. Got your own home design in mind? No problem. We'll customise a package just for you, backed by our fixed price guarantee. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
You're about to hear a sign for Aldi's upright freezer for $299.
Aldi's upright freezer for $299.
Now he's about to tell you it's got a 168-litre capacity.
Stop stealing my thunder!
Sorry! All signs lead to the Special Buys Electrical Clearance sale this Saturday. Aldi, good different.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. With 40 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Go Vita Marion. Nutrivital Beauty Collagen with hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides helps maintain healthy-looking skin when consumed as part of a balanced diet. Nutrivital Beauty Collagen, 155 grams, now $35.50. Save 50%.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Don't miss the Mitsubishi 45-year anniversary sale. Celebrate with big savings on select Outlander, Triton and Pajero sport models. Drive away Outlander ES two-wheel drive now from just $39,990 for private buyers.
Get out.
Or Triton GLXR four-wheel drive from just $51,340 for ABN holders.
How good.
Hurry, these offers won't last forever.
On my way.
So get into Mitsubishi and get out on your next adventure. T's and C's apply.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
Yes, we can, is what we say at
Service today. Every time you see our bright yellow trucks in your area, we're helping out your neighbours. We can help you too. So for the best plumbing, electrical, heating and cooling work, call Service Today 24/7. Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today. Call 1300 Service.
5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
It is Foodie Friday. We've got Sam from Powers and Shane from K1 Wines in the studio today. We've got a few specials, Sam, for our 5AA listeners. What should we start with?
Well, I mean, we can start with any of the ones on the list there. We've been tasting the Sauvignon Blanc, which is probably the one that has been the most popular within the store.
Well, we've got Kendall Brettig here, so if you want to go to the Complete Care live stream and see beautiful Kendall on that live stream from the newsroom, you are going to be our wine taster today, Kenny. So,
I am. I like my job.
Okay. I nearly spelt that one. Good one, Angie. So what are we starting with, Sam, and what special have we got?
We've got the 2024 Sauvignon Blanc is what we've got first in the glasses.
Okay. And what's your special on that this weekend, Sam?
So that one is down for the AA listeners to $21.99.
Excellent. That's about $6 off. That's pretty
Correct.
good. Thoughts, Kendall? Because you have been to Shane's Winery, which I was very happy to hear.
Yes, very, very picturesque. I recommend anyone go down there. Beautiful balcony. You can look out over the lake while you're drinking very lovely wine. Nice and crisp. So I was just saying to you before, I like dry wines, and I like this one.
Good.
Have you tried it, Angie?
No, I haven't. What is that? What I've got in the glass?
Okay, I'm
going to give it a go, guys. Keep talking. Don't put pressure on. Just go. We'll go with the next one.
So this is the oldest Sauvignon Blanc vines in the
Adelaide
Adelaide
it's not
Hills.
terrible.
So it's lovely, bright.
It
is bone
nice.
dry.
Sorry, you go. Sorry, Shane.
Right. Bone dry, but we've been playing around a little bit with ferment temperatures and different yeast selections in the last couple of years to bring out that brightness. And I think the point of this wine is after you've swallowed the wine, even 30, 40 seconds later, breathe in through your nose and it really reactivates those passion fruit mango cheeks.
All right, and what have we...
Beautiful flavour.
What special have we got on that, Sam?
Sorry, that was the one we were talking about before. That
sorry.
was down to 21.
All right, so let's go to the... Shall we go to the Chardonnay next?
Oh, we'll go rosé next.
Oh, rosé? Okay. Yeah. All right, so what's this one and what are our specials for this one?
You're working off a piece of paper that I'm not.
I
am.
am.
I didn't bring my glasses
Okay,
with
well,
me,
I
so
can tell
sorry.
you. The K1 Rosé normally, so it's the same as the Sauv Blanc, normally 27, 5AA special, $21.99.
Yeah.
Sound right?
Yeah, fantastic.
What do you think, Kenny?
I haven't tried it yet. Hang on.
Okay.
We'll explain it while we're there.
You have to smell it.
You got to smell it first. Sorry about that.
Have 5 seconds to think about it. But this is the 2025. Nebbiolo is the base red variety in that one.
All right.
With a little bit of Pinot and Chardonnay in there as well.
I'm not a huge fan of rosé because they're usually sweet, but this one isn't. It's nice and dry, so I could drink that.
Yeah, it is particularly dry. I really love it, and I think it's the Nebbiolo particularly that is the beauty of this wine. It's just got so much interest for me when I taste it.
I haven't heard of Nebbiolo before.
So Italian variety. It's only in its third crop up in Kaiba.
Okay.
So we're saying first planted in 86, but Jeff has a curious mind, so we keep planting these alternate varieties. So we've got quite a few things planted up the hills, which is another point to turn up to Celador because they're all available there. It's like a meeting in the United Nations in Celador. But Nebbiolo is quite interesting. It does hold its acidity quite well. This is actually the last thing we picked off the vineyard, and it was under 12 Beaumet. So the wine itself is only about high 11s in alcohol, and small volume, just playing around with it, but warm fermented at K1 because the volume was so tiny. But that warmer fermentation has given it lovely weight and presence on the palate for such a light-bodied wine. So beautiful this time of year with fresh oysters, seafood platters, really good with charcuterie. I love this sort of thing with prosciutto. But yeah, it's really just a nice festive wine to start a meeting with friends or people around a table, bring out some entrees and swing on rosé. And
magnificent.
Yeah. All right, let's quickly go to is it the K1 Reserve Chardonnay? It's normally 68, 5AA special $62.99. So
This is one of my absolutely
your
favourite
wines. Sam? Good.
Yeah, in fact, we did try to do this a couple of weeks ago, and I brought this wine in, and I just love drinking this. It's just right up my alley.
Beautiful.
And Chardonnay's always fun. So as a winemaker, Chardonnay is one of the very few varieties where it's okay to leave a winemaking signature. Most of the time, winemakers are running around saying, oh, minimal handling, we don't do a lot to it, which is an incredible amount of work to make it look like you've never been there. It's attention to detail on the little things you do to bring the fruit forward. Chardonnay is one of the stalwarts where we can leave a winemaking signature in the wine. We can use process. We can use oak. No one's shying away from the new oak flavours as well. So as a winemaker, it's quite an enjoyable wine to make because we can really push the envelope a little bit. This is the second vintage of a reserve Chardonnay, so this is a new thing to us, which means the evolution of style is a new thing. It starts as a conversation around a table and what do you think if we did, and this is a result, and I love this wine as well. I think this time of year, that it's autumn, late spring, particularly this time of year where the gardens are really firing up, it's a good one to be.
Do you find that Chardonnays are becoming popular again? Because when I'm thinking maybe 10 years ago, they were really buttery and really yellow. And
it was anything but Chardonnay. Everyone walked away from it. And we have great Chardonnay vineyards here. We have really strong sparkling wines being made in the Adelaide Hills as well. So it's a strong variety and it's absolutely fantastic.
We might let Kendall go back to the newsroom. Thank you so much. So we can let you...
Could do takeaways.
Yeah, we'll let you get back there. Thank you, Kendall. And just quickly, guys, the Pinot Noir, normally $43, a FIVEAA special $36.99. Tell us about that one.
So Pinot's another interesting variety. We have 5 different clones planted on the vineyard at the moment. So Pinot is quite genetically unstable as a variety, which means that the difference between the clones is quite substantial.
Yes.
So building complexity into Pinot, it's quite important to have a matrix and a blend of these different clones. So we vinify, pick them and make them separately when each clone is at its optimum ripeness and then blend them back. So again, it's quite a fun one to make. Pinot allows a little bit of input from the winemaker to leave a style there.
But it's a lot of work.
And it's a lot of work. And it's a passion project sort of thing. It is unforgiving, where Shiraz is a very forgiving variety to work with. Pinot is unforgiving, so you have to get things right the first time and do it one way. But the thrill of the chase is Pinot. You really, when you get it right, you can really sit back and just sly little smile, and sometimes you find yourself tasting barrels in the middle of a winery all by yourself and you've got the biggest smile on your face.
Yeah.
And you just go, right, that's right. The judge of everything is judge it in smiles, not points on a wine show bench. So Pinot's an interesting variety to make. Planted at the same time, so the Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay and Pinot were all planted in 86, so it is forming the older parts of the vineyard. Just great and fun wine to make.
We tend to be the most critical on Pinot of all the varieties that come into the store. We are probably the most critical on making sure that we're getting that absolute flavour of the varietal. That is key. I wanted to put it to my nose and smell it and say, this is definitely Pinot.
Well, thank you for coming in, Sam. People can head to powsliquor.com.au. You can look up those FIVEAA specials. I think we'll pop them on our socials as well. And you can look up k1wines.com.au. Sam Cafone, Powers, Shane Harris, K1 Wines. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you, Angie.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Making news, a woman has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving after a crash at Sandilands on the York Peninsula last Friday. Opposition leader Susan Lee says she's delivering a credible policy alternative as her position's undermined by some colleagues. British actress Pauline Collins, best known for playing Shirley Valentine, has died. And the AFLW finals kick off tonight with the Roos and Hawks in a qualifier at Icon Park. A shower or two and 23, right now 20. More news at 4 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hi, it's Wayne Phillips. We're celebrating Wayne Phillips Ford's 40th anniversary. So if you're looking for a Ranger, we have floor stock that we have to clear. Ranger Black Edition, 55 grand drive away. XLT bi-turbo from 59 grand drive away for ABN holders. Or the XLT 3 litre V6, just 64 grand drive away for ABN holders. Be quick, when they're gone, they're gone. Wayne Phillips Ford celebrating 40 years at Christie's Beach, or go online at waynephillipsford.com.au.
Be inspired with a trip to Virginia Home and Garden. Not only will you find 12,000 square metres of indoor and outdoor plants, fruit trees, ornamental trees and much more, you'll also find the perfect pot. Virginia Home and Garden has pots in all sizes, colours and textures, so you can match your new plant to your home decor or create a relaxing haven outdoors. Nurture yourself with nature at Virginia Home and Garden. Not just a nursery.
I'm Brett Buckley from Ray White Business Sales. We've been with FIVEAA now for nearly 5 years. And we noticed that fairly early, probably within about 4 to 5 months, we started to see some good quality inquiries coming through that were directly from FIVEAA. From our experience, I would highly recommend advertising on radio firstly, but more importantly on FIVEAA. Not just because of the reach, not just because you can get to your target market more effectively, but purely because of the collaborative experience that you'll have in ensuring that your marketing dollar is best spent.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit fiveaa.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
If you're outgrowing your home, it could be time to select a granny flat. At Selector Homes, we've been building transportable granny flats for over 25 years. And now we can build them on a slab, which means your whole home and new granny flat are on the same level. No stairs and seamless living. Also, we can build to the perimeter of your block, saving you space. Fixed price, no hidden costs. Walk through the Haven Granny Flat at the Selector Homes Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton.
Summer's on the way. Beat the rush and organise your Woolco pool blanket now. Keep your pool clean, warm and reduce evaporation. Uncover the savings with a Woolco pool blanket. Visit woolco.com.au.
Come to the 2025 Multicultural Festival on Sunday, November 23 in Victoria Square, Tandanyanga. It's a free, fun day out for the whole family, where you can experience the world from the heart of Adelaide. There's mouth-watering food, performance, music, dancing, hands-on activities and presentations from 65 different cultures. Gates open from midday until 6 p.m. Learn more and check out the full day's program at multicultural.sa.gov.au/festival. We can't wait to see you there.
Hi, it's Wayne from Wayne Phillips Kia. Did you know that we're not only SA's most awarded Kia dealership, but we're the experts in novated leasing and salary sacrificing. So we take care of everything all under the one roof. So not only do you save thousands on a new Kia EV, but you can lower your tax and running costs. Right now, we're packaging up exclusive bonus offers just for EV buyers. Drive smarter, save smarter, and make the switch to electric today with Wayne Phillips Kia. Visit us at South Road, Ranella, or at waynephillipskia.com.au.
Always trusted. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
It is 21 minutes to 4, 8223 0000. Rowie and Timmy G are in after 4 o'clock with the Sports Show. If you'd like to tune in to me right now or them, Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Now, my next guest has come into the studio because we're going to talk about an issue that people are probably very embarrassed to talk about, but it can be also be really, really uncomfortable. Incontinence. Urological surgeon Dr. Samantha Pillay, OAM, joins me. Hello, Doctor. Thank you so much for coming in.
Hi, Angie. Thank you for having me in.
Now, for people who don't know, what is the definition of incontinence?
That's right. So my area of practice is urinary incontinence, and there is often a lot of confusion about what that actually means, but it's really any accidental or involuntary loss of urine, which essentially will be away from the toilet when you're not actually on the toilet or standing at the toilet, however you pass urine. So it doesn't mean you lose everything. It doesn't mean you lose the lot. It could be just a drop. And obviously the severity and the frequency will determine how much of a problem it is for someone.
Yeah. How many Australians suffer from this, do you know?
1 in 3 Australian adults.
That's a lot. And is it a certain age or can it really happen at any age?
It can happen at any age. So that's probably almost about 16% of young nulliparous women who haven't had babies yet. So people think, oh, it's only women who've had children or it's only elderly. Obviously, there is increases with age, but saying that, with the population spread and the number of people that are affected, most of the people with urinary incontinence, about 70%, are under the age of 65 because there's so many people in that age group. So there's more people under the age of 65 with incontinence than over the age of 65, although in each age bracket there is an increase with age.
Do men suffer from incontinence?
Men do suffer with incontinence, but women are twice as more likely to suffer with incontinence.
Right. And what if you are unsure whether you have incontinence? What's the sort of sign? I know you said that if you can't make it to the bathroom or
coughing, sneezing, leakage, so any urine that is escaping when you don't want it to without your control, so usually it means when you're not at the toilet, is incontinence. So most people can determine, even if they're not aware, sometimes not everyone's aware of the point at which it happens. A lot of people are, but some people can just find dampness and not actually know when it happened. But most people will be able to have a suspicion that due to the dampness on their underwear, there is incontinence happening. There are, especially when the volumes are large. Obviously, sometimes when there's very small volumes, they might not be sure if it could be something else. But when the volumes are large, usually it's pretty clear that there's urine.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because is it true that sometimes that it is incontinence, but it's not? Because as a woman, as you know, sometimes, particularly if you've got a really bad cough and cold, it just some automatically comes out, doesn't it? So, but that's not necessarily incontinence, is it?
It is, and it's not normal.
I reckon there's a lot of people out there that have it and don't know they have, or just think it's, because I thought it was just a normal thing for some women.
I think that's right. They know they have it, but pass it off as normal, and it's not normal. And you should be able to cough and sneeze and not leak. Now, how often that happens, how bad it is, and whether someone seeks treatment for it varies.
Okay, so how bad and uncomfortable can it get?
Well, it can get to the point where people are housebound.
Yeah.
And they're going through, a packet of pads a day. Yeah. And it's a huge burden for them or for carers and causing significant problems. But it doesn't have to be severe like that for people to seek treatment. And also, there is variability from one person to the next on how much it impacts their quality of life, because different people have different levels of physical exertion or activity or wanting to play sport. But it's not just physical well-being. There's also huge psychological and mental well-being associated with urinary incontinence because of the stigma and embarrassment. It can really hold people back from fulfilling their lives, whether it be in community engagement, travel, the clothes they wear, relationships, as well as workforce participation. So these are massive impacts on people's well-being, and the amount of problem, the frequency and the volume isn't just the only factor that will impact that, and it can cause variability from one person to the next. So I'll see sometimes young women who are athletes, and it's really stopping them from doing what they need to do or want to do. Whereas another person with the same degree of problem, maybe because they don't play any sport, wouldn't necessarily experience as much of an issue.
Yeah. Dr. Samantha Pillay, OAM, urological surgeon and author, is in the studio. I know it can be an embarrassing thing to talk about, but Samantha is here, she's the expert. So you have any questions, give us a call, 8223 0000. You don't have to tell me your name, that's fine if you want to remain anonymous, but may as well take advantage while Samantha's in the studio. So is there something people can do to manage it on a daily basis? Is there any truth that you can do Kegel exercises, and do they help?
Yes, they definitely do. Now, there are different sorts of urinary incontinence, and so seeing a health professional who can determine what type of urinary incontinence there is, and there are different conditions that can cause problems. So some people might have an underlying problem that needs to be identified. So the diagnosis is important, and then once there's a diagnosis, there are different treatment options, and many of the forms of urinary incontinence can be improved with pelvic floor exercises, often called Kegel's exercises to strengthen the pelvic floor. And there are a number of different continence nurses, health professionals, continence physiotherapists who can assist people in making sure they're doing the exercises properly and helping them stick to the program and keep doing the exercises so they see the results. That won't necessarily fix everybody or improve everybody to a level that's adequate. And so there are other treatment options. And the best first place of call is someone's GP. And there are different treatment options that are available. There's some forms of incontinence. There's medication that can be used. There's various procedures that I do as a surgeon. And not all are major surgery. There's some minimally invasive procedures, but it does depend on the type of incontinence that you're treating. Not all procedures will fix all types.
Because that was my next question. How bad does it have to get to have surgery, and do you recommend, I mean, I know obviously everybody's different, but would that be something you would encourage people to do, or is that only for the quite severe cases?
It's not. So there are some people who will need to wear incontinence pads to manage the condition, and yet they choose not to have treatment. There are other people where they don't need to wear pads and they'll have smaller volumes of leakage less frequently, and they'll still want to have treatment. So how much it bothers someone and how much it affects them will vary, and that will drive whether they'll seek treatment. Similarly, treatments are tailored to the individual as far as their how fit they are when it comes to having medical procedures. If they're elderly and frail, they might be more looking for less surgical procedures or minor procedures or things that can be done under local anaesthetic. So it does require tailoring to everybody's individual circumstances and how much they want to seek treatment.
Because it can be quite serious, because obviously then, and I know my mum was like that, she would hardly drink any water because she was worried about running to the bathroom all the time, but then that can be unsafe in itself, can't it, not drinking enough fluids?
Absolutely, and that can cause other health issues. So because of the embarrassment or the acceptance where people think that it's normal or they think something can't be done to fix it, and so there is a degree of stigma, that can result in people not getting treatment or trying to do various things like not go out or not drink to try and manage the situation rather than looking for treatment options. So it's really important to raise community awareness so that people know that what the condition is, know that it's actually what is normal is to feel embarrassed, to feel afraid, to not necessarily want to discuss it with the doctor. About 60% of people don't even tell their GP. So there's a real barrier to people receiving care. And a lot of it ends up being through word of mouth. Someone will be brave enough to say, you know, I had a problem, or I suffered with a problem, I had treatment, you know, I wish I'd done something sooner. And that the number of people I see that have, you know, then had the courage through a friend or to come forward and seek treatment. Yeah. So community awareness is crucial, as well as educating the health workforce on how to manage.
Yeah. So we can get in touch with you, confidencematters.com, where you've got some great resources on there and a little bit of a film. So if people want to book an appointment with you, Samantha, what's the best way to do that?
So the best first point of call is the GP. I'm a surgeon, so people do need...
Get referred.
Yep. Yeah. And also, not everyone needs to see me straight away. So that's why the GP is the first point of call, because there are some things that can be done without needing to see me, and it's important that people, have those avenues pursued before they see me. We have got on our website, continencematters.com, a lot of resources that will help people start to explore the topic and get an understanding of what they think's wrong so they can go to their GP. The film that you're talking about, An Incontinent Truth, it helps raise awareness about urinary incontinence. So that won the Best AI documentary in Paris this year. Excellent. And, I've had patients say that they've watched it and it's made them cry, and it's not a sad movie, only because of the emotion that's kept up inside of finally feeling like they've got the courage to do something about it. The film's made with AI, but that helps protect the anonymity. Yeah. Just as you said before, people might ring up today and not want to put their name forward. So that helps people understand a lot of the symptoms that can be associated with it if they watch that short film.
So confidencematters.com, and there's a link to the film. You can also look up SamanthaPillay.com or A1Film4Good, the number 4.com. Samantha Pillay, we appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whether you're travelling or dreaming of travelling, make sure you check in to 5AA's Travel Talk. Every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30, the experts from Phil Hoffman Travel join us as we talk all things travel. We'll give you the best and most up-to-date information on where and when to go, what to see and how to get there. So join me, Leith Forrest and the expert team from Phil Hoffman Travel every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Does biting into an ice cream make your teeth feel sensitive? Sensodyne Repair and Protect toothpaste provides lasting sensitivity relief with twice daily brushing. Always follow the directions for use.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA, always Adelaide.
Shane from Drummond Golf, you've been busy turning good golfers into great golfers.
We certainly have, Rowie. We have the best gear for golfers at all levels. And with the price match guarantee, you know you'll get the best for less.
And you'll improve their game with Mini Golf Max, big swing simulators and My Match Expert fitting. You've helped me, Shane. I shot over 200 metres the other day.
What, in the right direction, Timmy?
Yeah. That's the next lesson, boys.
Lift your game with Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Get the garden you want at Garden Grove, with everything from the ground up. Plants and instant lawn, mulches, soils and bark, landscape and building materials, hardware, pavers and more. There's a playground for the kids while you enjoy coffee or lunch in the cafe. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove. Open 7 days. Phone 8251 1111 for delivery to your area.
Garden Grove, the garden that I want.
They said launching a ute in Australia was an uphill battle, and the new Kia Tasman wouldn't have it any other way. With 4x4 tech built for tough terrain, it's Kia's most Australian vehicle yet, featuring low-range gearing, ground view monitors, and auto rear locking differential in select models. The Kia Tasman didn't reinvent the wheel, it just got dirty. The Kia Tasman, here now at your local Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires.
They say one of life's biggest decisions is buying a home, but sometimes the hardest one is leaving it. At Anglicare SA, we're here to help you stay where you belong. We offer support for everyday things like cleaning, gardening, cooking, but are also experts in care management, allied health and clinical nursing. Because we believe there is no place like home. And with the right support, there is no reason to leave it. Find out more at Anglicare SA. You are at home.
Breaking up is never easy. And when a relationship does end, there's so much to work through. What happens with the house, the car, the kids, your future? It's hard to know where to start. And that's where Anderson's solicitors will help. In just 90 minutes, Anderson's will create your personalised family roadmap, explaining your options and outlining a clear plan for the next steps. And all for a set fee. Anderson Solicitors. Help when you need it.
As a South Aussie-based not-for-profit health insurer, Health Partners isn't just your health partner. We're your tooth-checking partner, hammy-stretching partner, chart-squinting partner. We're your bone-mending, script-filling, arch-lifting, giving, salad-suggesting, Generous limit giving, member supporting, SA loving partner. So for great value health cover, there's no better partner in health than Health Partners. Health insurance made human.
5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
Well, I'm gonna take a risk here because I am a risk taker. Rowie and Timmy G aren't in the studio, and Sam Tugwell, they are at Adelaide United. I'm hoping they will say hello to me. Hi, guys. No? Okay. No, they're not going to talk to me. That's okay. We make sure you tune in to the sports show down there at the Adelaide Oval. Lots to chat about. A couple of messages asking details on the on Dr. Samantha Pillay. If you go to continentsmatters.com. And Jane said, I've been told by a pelvic floor physio that my pelvic floor muscles are too strong or tight. Is that a good thing? I'm not really sure. Thank you very much. Let's quickly go to Marty from Salisbury Heights to finish the week. Hello, Marty.
Hello, Angie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to be brave and bite the bullet. Hi, Dr. Samantha. Just a couple of things. I am 69, so I'm a bit of an old bugger. And I can remember when I was in my teens and had a couple of minor issues, but apparently I've got an enlarged prostate. And but what I'm finding for quite a few years now is I wake up during the night. But what I've tried to do is reduce the amount that I drink. I mean, I don't drink a lot anyway. Like, I always have a couple of beers, but I try to drink most of my fluids during the day and reduce in the evening. I've been doing this for the past couple of months. But what I'm finding sometimes, I wake up maybe every 2 hours or so. But what I have been noticing of late is when I do get up, I feel like I need to go to the toilet, obviously. But then when I do go to the toilet, hardly anything comes out.
I'm so sorry, Marty. The doctor has actually gone, but I have heard of that before. I should have. That's a good question. It's almost like a phantom pee, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly what it is, and I get a bit disappointed. I get disappointed, and I think, oh, hang on, that was a. But what happens then is I go back to sleep, and then about 2-3 hours later, I get up about 6+ in the morning, and that's the time to get up anyway. But it was just, it's almost like it sort of clamps when I go to have a pee. It almost feels like it's sort of clamping and not allowing me to go for a wee, and I just wanted to ask the doctor just to see what that was.
Sorry, Marty. We might get the doctor back, or if you go to continentsmatters.com, there's some good articles on there, and she might answer that question. But that is an excellent question because I have heard that before. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Blake, Rowie and Timmy G next.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sports show. It's the very latest in sport, live from Adelaide. Enjoy the crisp, clear digital sounds now with the 5AA Player app. Always streaming, always Adelaide.
Imagine a backyard filled with lush green turf. At one end, a set of cricket stumps. Right now, it's just a backyard. But to your kids and their friends, it's an oval, a stadium, and they can be heroes. Kids love a great patch of grass, and you can appreciate